was beyond blessed to have experienced what many would say is an elusive quest to get to swim with humpback whales. Have you ever witnessed something so majestic that you cannot comprehend what you're seeing? For 2 dives in Los Cabos, the deep, beautiful songs of the whales surrounded us as we dived and vibrated through the waters. They were unseen, but we knew they were very close. We were determined to find them, and just as our air tanks dwindled and the surface marker buoy was released, our dive master's frantic gesture revealed the moment that we'd been waiting for. Not 1, but 2 humpback whales were gliding below us. What happened next is an experience that I will carry forever in my mind's eye. Baja California Sur and the Sea of Cortez has been calling to me for years. From mesmerizing footages of orcas, humpbacks, and dolphins to other marine giants, this place felt like the ultimate diver's dream. I had to take the leap and see for myself if I could share waters with these majestic creatures, all of which I would love to get up close with.
Oh yeah. Stay there, buddy. Or swim to us, that's better.
I hope that this video will give you a sense of awe and magic of what it feels like to be in the same waters as so many amazing marine creatures, and even inspire you to have a dream to visit and dive in Baja California Sur yourself. Diving in Baja California, Mexico holds a kind of magic that's hard to describe, where every dive could bring you close and face to face with the ocean's well-kept magic. Whether you're dreaming of swimming with humpback whales or planning your next unconventional travel adventure, stick around as I bring you with me to dive in the aquarium of the world. As with every wildlife encounter, I believe that the whales are the ones who decide whether or not they want to approach us and show themselves to us. Some of the initial challenges that I had while planning for my dive trip was to get over the hesitation of the unpredictability of these wildlife encounters, well, amongst other logistical concerns like the safety of solo traveling in Mexico or the famous extortion from foreigners by the police. Humpback season here in Baja California Sur is from December to April, and from my experience, I've seen them breaching from the shores and splashing about with their fins from the beach. Convergence of the Pacific Ocean to the west and the Sea of Cortez to the east makes great conditions for whales to eat, mate, and give birth. It's always exciting to see a huge 30-ton whale jump out of the water and make a huge splash. The whales here in Baja are the North Pacific humpbacks that come from freezing feeding grounds in Alaska to warmer, shallower waters here for calving and mating. On this day, I am diving with East Cape Explorers with Max and James as our dive guides.
So you guys know which dives that we had today? 7
or 8.
Right.
And I don't think Skywalker or second one's on it.
Okay.
The thrill of going out to sea and not knowing what we're going to see for that day is part of the adventure. I had a hopeful heart for humpbacks and orcas, where these were the 2 marine animals on top of my list. The East Cape Explorers had their quaint dive shop just a little outside the city of San Jose del Cabo. Max saw me get fitted into the right wetsuit, fins, and dive mask in the shop, and we were ready to go. The shop was a short walk down to the dock where we boarded the Tassie Tiger. The lads were champions in helping us get the dive tanks and equipment down to the dock. Today we are diving as a group of 4, Max and I, as well as Andy and Bill, a father and son duo from Washington State. Max will be leading our group, and I can safely say that this was the best dive group that I've dived with. Your dive buddies literally have the potential to make or break the enjoyment of a dive, and I am so thankful that this group was great, with everyone being able to hold their own weight. Right off the bat, as we got into the water, we started looking at each other and signaled, "There's a whale!" So we were just so spoiled to be serenaded by a whale song the entire time we were underwater, but I'm sure every one of us in our hearts were wishing that we would come face to face with the singing whale. We were diving at the site Escalada, and there's a certain kind of thrill that comes with descending into the unknown and stepping into a world that's alive with possibilities, a world that you cannot fully predict or control. As we dropped deeper into the turquoise waters and explored the reefs, the peace and silence of the underwater world, broken only by the rhythmic sound of my own breathing and faintly the song of whales singing somewhere in the distance. Diving in Baja has been a little different from the other dives that I've done, and I can say the dives I've done here are just top. The shadows can come up nowhere, and if you're too slow, you'll miss not noticing an animal gliding quietly past, above you, beside you, beneath you. The visibility was relatively clear and the blue stretched for miles and miles. Personally, this was my first ever dive where I swam out so far from a point of reference, or a reef or dive site. And the team was definitely on the same page. We have heard the whale song vibrating through the waters for a long time, and we wanted to take our chance to swim closer. As the air in our gas tank started dropping, I was telling myself, okay, let's have a neutral heart. And this was when I had a switch in mindset. I was like, no matter how hard we try to swim, it's the whales are the ones that are going to decide whether or not they will show themselves to us. So with one last air check, Max released the surface buoy so the captain knows where we are. But just when the buoy hits the surface, I remember looking up at the buoy and then at Max, and I saw him frantically pointing like down below, and my heart just skipped a beat, and I was trying to comprehend what I was seeing. So I saw this like grey mass of shadow with like white outlines just lightly gliding beneath us, and following it was another shadow. Every time I tried to imagine how I would react when I came face to face with these majestic creatures, I always thought that when I saw them in real life, I would start crying, as I've always done so when I see people closely encountering humpbacks in videos. To be very honest, my mind was just blank in that moment, as I was just trying to grasp what was actually happening. I was trying to make out the shadows in the water while power kicking at the same time to swim closer to these gentle creatures. The gentle giants circled us, curious and graceful, as if drawn by our bright orange surface marker buoy. For 4 magical whole minutes, they glided effortlessly around us, putting up a show before disappearing into the blue. It felt so surreal, especially as our dive time was almost up. It was like they had waited for the perfect moment to say hello and goodbye. Humpback whales hold profound symbolism that resonates with themes of alignment, purpose, and navigation. Known for their enchanting songs, these whales use sound to communicate, map their surroundings, and connect across vast distances, embodying the idea of guidance in finding one's way even in the deepest, most mysterious waters. Their journeys that span thousands of miles across the oceans reflect perseverance, intuition, and trust in their innate ability to reach their destination. If you've ever dreamed of diving into the unknown and exploring the magic of Baja California Sur, I hope that you get to make it happen, because the ocean always has a story to tell, and you just might be the one to hear it. I know that getting to see 2 humpbacks on my 22nd dive is something that I am very blessed to have experienced, and it is definitely something that I will treasure deeply for a long time to come.